England and beyond, are you ready to get raw and wild? I can't hear you. What is raw and wild? Okay, raw and wild is this: coming on social media with no makeup, not having brushed my hair, and giving a rat's ass. Raw and wild is about tuning in to yourself. It is about learning just how much potential you have. It's about realizing that health just isn't about what the physical body looks like. It goes way deeper than that. Raw and Wild is about walking barefoot through the streets, dirty feet, with no shoes on, into the park with your family to rewild, as an awesome gentleman called Tony Riddle describes. And Raw and Wild is about not having to apologise for the person that you are, for who you truly are, going deep, 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 deep inside, and just finding out who you are. Raw and Wild is this. I created this yesterday. Music blaring, paint on my hands, tuning into how I was feeling, and just moving and expressing. Raw and Wild is your opportunity to connect with community. So you're not just connecting with yourself, you're connecting with your community, with other fellow people, looking, finding, searching for a better way of life, for a more meaningful life. There's so much to it, and I love this country so much, but I still see such a limited way of thinking towards our health. How we look at health from one angle, where there are so many. And in kinesiology, they look at health as a triangle, and it involves your emotional, it involves your physical, and it involves your chemical. When one of those comes out of line with out of the triangle, everything else gets affected. Health is not just going for a run. You have to look after your emotional health as well. And what I found is you dig deep into that emotional health with sound, with bioenergetic movement, by expressing yourself. Expressing yourself is health. It leads to better health. Having passion in your life, having enjoyment in your life leads to better health. I see so often, and it was highlighted to me on Tuesday when I was walking around giving out leaflets for Hello Love, how people are so focused on just working, they have no time for anything else. And when you have no enjoyment, you don't flow. You're so stuck fast in one direction. You're looking at one point. Whereas when the light and the love come in, when the happiness and the joy comes in, you flow more easily in life. You're connecting with your second chakra in this point, which is emotions, which is water. Can you flow like water? Can you move like water? This is all health. How do you perceive health? How do you balance your health? Is there a part of you that feels slightly out of balance? This is what I want to change. This is what I want to address. How you perceive health, and therefore how you perceive you and your life. I'm not saying life's easy. I don't believe it is easy, but if you've got the tools, you don't react to it. Life gets a little bit more easier, or when these hard times come to you, you can address them. What's the word I'm looking for? You can deal with them. That's the word I'm looking for. You can deal with them. And that's all life is. It's a deal of the cards. How do you deal with that deck? I am so passionate about this. Sometimes I get completely frustrated. Like I said, I've travelled, and it breaks my heart a little bit to think that we are so behind the rest of the world. With regards to the way that we move, the way that we feel, we're still thinking way too much. Our brains override our bodies. And it shouldn't be that way. I'm not saying that we shouldn't be using our brains, but this life is all about the physical. We're animals. We need to move, we need to feel, we need to express. Why are we experiencing so much depression, so much anxiety? All of these new ailments and illnesses that are coming up, why? Could it be that if we just moved our body more, we'd be in a more balanced state? I'm not saying that I know everything, but what I do know is that I'm up for trying everything. And to be fair, I'm a pretty healthy person. I don't get ill a lot. Emotionally, I have to work on that quite a bit. But I'm up every day, moving my body, trying new things, expressing. This is what we need to get into. This is what we've got to get over the shame of. To express ourselves isn't a bad thing. When we express ourselves, we're tuning into how we really feel and we're letting it out. I've said this before and I've asked the same question. When you're at work and something happens, your boss shouts at you, something goes wrong, shit hits the fan, what is it that you do? Because I bet you 9 times out of 10 you can't sit there and go Rah! And let it all out. What do? You draw it in. You kind of implode. You bring the tension inside. What I'm aiming to give you, what I'm offering you, is this opportunity to let all of that crap out. This is what the Raw and Wild workshop is all about on Sunday, is letting it out, expressing. And when you do that, you're clearing out all that crap that you've held on to for such a long time. We're digging into also those little inner voices inside of you. You know, the ones that say you shouldn't do that. No, you're not good enough. No, you shouldn't be doing this. Don't be silly, go home. You're too fat. You're too this. You're too that. They're all in your head. And if we can clear that out, you can see your body, you can see your health in a completely different light. How do you want to see yourself? Do you want to get, and this is another thing that I want to bring up, guys, this isn't a run through. This isn't, this isn't like a trial test life. This is it. And yet I see so many people, oh yeah, I'll start that tomorrow. Oh yeah, I'll try that another time. When are you gonna do it? Life, you can't keep putting things on the back burner. And I bet you as well, putting it on the back burner is about that little voice coming into your head. That little voice saying, don't do that. No, I don't want to do that. Your mind does not want you to get up and move. Your mind loves to sit in its own thoughts, in all of that gunk. For some strange reason. It's way too clever for its own good. The body, on the other hand, is a lot more simple. It just wants to move. And yet, we don't move enough. We are so full of aggression. We are so full of misunderstanding, of reaction. And this is what I'm trying to get across, that by moving your body, by moving it in different ways, by experiencing new things, by pulling new things into your life, this gets expanded. This is what we want to do. This is what we want to create. Perhaps not something exactly like this, but to get your hands dirty with paint and not have to think it's got to be perfect. Is that what you do? Everything that you address, does it have to be perfect? This is coming from me. That's how I used to be, and still can be if I'm not paying attention. Life's not perfect. Perfect is a word created to make you feel bad. It's a bit like the word lady. Lady is a word that wants to keep the women inside a box. That so she's pretty, she behaves herself, she does this, she does that. I am not a lady. I swear. I do lots of things which aren't supposedly ladylike. I'm a wild woman. I tune into my soul. I express myself. And do you know what? I'm not sorry for it. Are you sorry for who you are? I really hope not. I really hope not. But I see so many people walking past me with all of this crap over their head, thinking that this is how life should be. This is not how life should be. You should be enjoying your life. Life is not out there to get at you. You was put here to experience. How many new experiences have you experienced today? How many new things have you tried in the last week? What are you doing to improve your life? It's really not that difficult. I promise you, it's not that difficult. When you start moving differently, you start thinking differently. When you start flowing with life and bringing some enjoyment into your life and not focusing so much on work, and I speak from experience, when you are focusing too much on your work, you become hard. Your body becomes hard. It becomes tense. Your thoughts, therefore, become hard and they become tense. If you can open yourself up and experience something new and bring the joy in, you soften. When you're happy, how easy is life? It's pretty awesome, right? This is my offering to you. I want to help, support, nurture, assist, whatever words are working for you right now. This is what my aim is. My aim is to get you thinking differently about your movement. To think that health doesn't come from a pill, doesn't come from a bottle, that you should be going down to doctors all the time. Health is your responsibility, but guess what? It's so much fun. Looking after yourself is so much fun. The first hurdle is the hardest. That's something that I want to support you with. But after that, it is amazing to be able to look after yourself, to have that self-knowledge, to know what you need and when. So come and join me. The Raw and Wild workshop takes place this Sunday in South Woodford. It's a 15-minute journey on the Central Line from Central London. Starts at 10, finishes at 4. We will be addressing old habits. We will be moving the body. We will be using mobility, moving through the elements, moving through the chakras. We will be doing a little bit of mind science, where we talk about these negative voices and how we can clear them. Everyone has these negative voices. There are ways of which you can address them. They don't go away, but there's ways that you can address them. Once we've cleared that, once we've got through all of that crap, we're then going to start empowering our body. We've got a calisthenics session. And then we're going to move on to our Budokan Yoga, which is the most beautiful flow, and it incorporates martial arts. We are tuning into our body, and we're going to let it move. We've got some great music lined up to inspire our flow. And we're going to share. We're going to open ourselves up and we're going to share. We've got bioenergetics in there. We've got sound. People that know me and have been to my classes know I like a bit of sound, but we're coming back to that expression. How many times have you wanted to scream in someone's face but have held it in? This is what this is about. There's no judgment here. It's about going with the flow, enjoying ourselves and opening up. And I invite you to join me. So if you are interested, please message me. Get in touch. The booking is on Billetto. You can book straight through that. And I look forward to seeing you on Sunday. Take it easy.